There we go. Okay. Let's see if we can. There we go. Add
Thanks.
stream. Can you hear us now? Is that
I
better?
hear you real good. Thanks to my baby.
Good, good. Hey, how you doing?
She just
So
let me
nice to
use
meet
her.
you.
She just let me use her earphones so I can hear you perfectly.
Yeah, so that's why me and my son were in different rooms because that's what he does. I'm old school, so I'm like talking through the speaker. He got the headphones in. Tree is my son's mentor. He's Tree the Truth. He's an artist too, so he's always using his headphones, and I don't like putting nothing in my ears. So
What's up, Trey? What's up,
yes,
Trey?
How you doing, boss?
I'm good, brother. I'm good, man. God is good.
All the time, man. All the time. God is good.
Say hi to Benzino.
What's up, big dog?
So, me and my auntie recreated your opening scene from your songs, look into my eyes or look in my eyes.
Wow.
That's before my time. That's my mama's song.
Yeah.
Song. But recreated it.
And we're gonna play it for you.
We're gonna play.
Thank you so much.
Hello.
He's dead. They killed him, Jimmy.
Calm down. Tell me what happened.
I told you this what happened. This shit is crazy.
Okay, look, when it started off, I told you there's going to be some casualties. You have to look at this as a sacrifice. As long as things like this don't happen to people like you and me, it's all right.
Nah, I want out. I'm scared. I was being scared. This isn't me.
Whoa, that's dope, bro. I'm honored. Thank you. That means a lot to me, for real. That means a lot.
Yeah, I told him that's the best way to pay homage. He was asking, should I remix one of his songs? Or I was like, yeah, we should.
Listen, I'm so honored. And I really thank you very much, for real.
I'm honored to
Nobody's
somebody like you.
Nobody's ever done that. And it means a lot to me. It does. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, we always pay homage to the OGs because we wouldn't be able to make it, and that's why your family meant so much to us. Because a lot of times kids don't realize it takes 4 generations just to move up once, and we pushing through 20. So we made it, and we made it so you can make it even further. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna go to the moon.
Let me explain how great you are by saying that. So, I've been going through a lot lately. And of course, everybody sees what's going on with me and my daughter. And I want to say one thing that I love and I'm proud of her. I love her very much and I'm proud of her. I just think that the problem with this generation, the Gen Zers, is, well, not all of them. Of course, because yours are not like that. Obviously, because of what you're instilling in them. And it's so important for the younger generation to really understand that there are people who came before them who paved the way, and they wasn't able to make all the money that the kids are making now. So they have to respect their sacrifice, and when they do, that is when truly their destiny can be fulfilled. It doesn't matter how much money, that's for secondary. It's about progression. And when you pay homage to those who came before you and that actually sacrifice, because we was doing it for fun and love. And a lot of people do it for money now. And of course, that's a great thing. But it was the ones who were there from the beginning that paved the way who wasn't able to make that money. And all I can do is salute you and say that I'm proud of you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, honestly, because that's all it means to me right now is that. It's about really getting the history of what it was back in the day, for the sacrifice of hip hop. I love hip hop. I've been involved 40 plus years in hip hop. My daughter, of course, is doing the thing, but I also have another son who is, he started 7 years old. He made his first rap video, his first deal at 9 years old. And it, I'm just
I'm
just happy that my kids pretty much follow my footsteps and be successful and self-sufficient at this. So I really appreciate
That's the whole point, right? Is to make the next generation self-sufficient. Like I wasn't raised like that. My mom was murdered when she was 41. She was murdered by her pimp. My dad was given life in prison. My brother was murdered. My sister was murdered. That's all I know. So I get people out of prison now because that's all I know. That's all I've ever known is a prison yard. But my kids, they go to STEM school. They didn't know we was poor until we wasn't poor no more. Then I was able to tell them we was poor, you know. They didn't even know it till we made it. But I always take them back home to pay homage. We always go feed our people. We tie to our people. We go and pay back to the way that people have paved the way on so many levels. And that's what our show is about today is my younger son. They have the Jackson 4. I call them the Jackson 4. I've done the same as you as building them a label, a clothing line, my has a lip gloss line. They're YouTubers. My 12-year-old makes my 13-year-old's beats for all of his music, or I'll make his beats too. The one you just heard on the video, that was my beat, all mine. So we're a family. Like, you know, with COVID, it brought us to where we either had to hate each other or we was going to make it work. And we made it work into an empire. And I think that if you don't recognize who comes before you, then people don't recognize you when you need help. And we needed help today. My middle son was called the N-word by his principal, and nobody showed up. And I go all over the world. I mean, we pull up. We've been to over 117 protests. We'll pull up. If we can, we're able, even if we got a bologna sandwich here, we got a peanut butter and jelly here, we go.
Man. I mean, you guys are great. You've been blessed by God with that, you know?
We are. We're always blessed, right? Like randomly, like it's weird. Like it will be like, "Hey God, I see you." You know, I see you up there. But I think that it's really important for kids to know that there are people that's gonna pull up, just like you just did. We were telling people all the time, you never know why somebody's late or they can't be there, so we could just record it later. We'll hit them up later or whatever. But when people pull up,
I wasn't missing this, and I hope you don't mind me eating. Interview, blame it.
No, we were so excited because this is Nick's. He puts a lot of work in for his community, and his community shows up for him. And this is one of the best ways to show people that when you're human and you give and love, that's how we met Tree. We met him at a Protect Black Women's rally, and he's been doing protests with us ever since. He's been rocking with my son, mentoring him. I mean, donate beats. There's so many people that donate studio time. There's so many people that donate clothes. Like the community is what made us.
You're a great person. Wow.
Yes.
I've only met you for 3 minutes, and everything you said is touching me. And you know, just stay there. I'm telling you, God is going to continue to bless you because people have gone away from that. Social media has made it to where people are going away from that. And what you're instilling in the youth is way more important than money can buy. And I'm just really proud of you. And I'm glad we met. I'm going to continue to support you guys. And I'm already impressed.
Most people tell him that, and I feel the same way about Tree too. Tree, can you give us a little bit of background while the OG's on here? Because I think it's really important that you're recognized as well. You're always there. You always pull up. Your family's very supportive. Your wife is amazing. They're taking pictures. It's a whole family affair, just like our family. So I think that's really important to know that there's other families that'll band with us.
Wow. That's really amazing.
So, a little bit of backstory on me. Again, it's just an honor to be able to be on here and just be in you guys' presence. But, my artist name is Tree the Truth, which trees give oxygen, which give life to us. And we don't understand the level of how much the importance behind them is because we don't pay attention to the small aspects like that. So Tree the Truth is like speak life, add value everywhere, every day. When you speak life into a person, you can give hope into a person, and that little piece of hope that you give them can have a domino effect on the growth aspect of the next generation. And so when I had the opportunity to meet Nick and just hear how he was, see how his family was, it was just a huge opportunity of like, well, if I can just give a little bit of myself into this young man who I see myself in when I was his age, imagine where he could be in the next 5-10 years, changing lives, you know, opening up, you know,
Yes.
fixing the next generation basically. So
None. Wow. I'm blown away. You know, I didn't know this was gonna be about. And I'm gonna shout out to grandpa because I'm telling you, all of what I'm preaching, I mean, I've been saying it forever, but it's more important now because of what I've been going through. It's the importance of what we're doing for this Gen Z, you know, and that's you guys' generation. And I'm just so impressed so far with everything you're saying. And it's giving me hope, you know, because sometimes, you know, you know, kids out here today only care about the money, the clout, the attention, clicks on social media. And I'm telling you exactly what you guys are saying. And at the age you're saying it is giving me hope for this generation. And it's you guys who can really lead. I mean, the stuff you're saying, you don't even understand. You know, I don't know if you understand the significance of the words that's coming out your mouth right now because you know, I'm telling you, I've been all over the world. I've met a lot of people, and it just doesn't exist. It's very far and few that I'm hearing what you guys are saying how you feel. And I promise you, if you stay with it, I'm telling you, your blessings they'll come because that is the message that I'm trying to get out to the generation. That's the message I want my daughter to hear. I mean, honestly, and it's very, very. It's not too many times I get speechless, but what you guys are saying is really making me happy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
yeah, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Yeah. I'm really impressed. I want to shout out to Rapping Grandpa because I do interviews all the time, and I know it's gonna be like this. I'm gonna, I'm gonna get the once we finish, I'm gonna get the taping of this, and I'm gonna be blasting this out because my Twitter has over 500,000 people, and I promise you, I'm gonna be blasting this out, and the world's gonna hear everything you said. I'm standing right behind what you guys saying. I'm getting choked up right now because this is all. I mean, God has kind of answered my prayers because this is all I wanted. This is all I want. I've done it all. If my life up to today, I can wear my grave happy. Hold on. Like I said, you guys are choking me up here. I didn't know it was going to be like this, but I can go to my grave today and be happy because I know my heart was in the right place and I know I've accomplished a lot. It's all about you guys now. And a lot of what's being displayed, it's not the truth. It's not reality. What you guys are saying is the truth and reality, how it's supposed to be. And that can bring this whole generation in uplifting. And I mean it. I'm just not saying this. I'm telling you, maybe an hour ago, I was talking to my godfather in Chicago. And I'm here in Vegas. I came and I signed a big contract. My life story is about to be told. All I've been screaming is, this generation, that, a lot of them don't get it. And then this happens. So I kind of have to take that back because you guys get it. And I know if you get it, that there's others out there. I was getting a little depressed and disappointed thinking that a whole generation is just watching the internet and not really understanding what God has gave us. And, you know, we can't lose that. And now that I know that you guys are actually feeling the way that I feel, that you should feel, and it's making me smile, and I'm happy right now. You guys have made my day.
I'm not gonna lie, you definitely made my day with this. I mean, my mama didn't tell me that this was happening till last night. I was sitting up all night planning on what I was gonna ask you and how it was going down. But I mean, I don't know. I'm
Listen, you ask me anything you want, I'm there with you. You ask
I
me
mean, the
anything you
only
want.
thing that I really wanted to ask you was what like what drove you to make your success, and what really fueled your
Well, I was 11 years old in my grandfather's basement in the Bronx, New York, and that's where hip hop was born. Back then, the Bronx was probably one of the worst places in the United States as far as conditions for Black and Latino people, because the Bronx was that's what it was. It was occupied by Black and Latino people. I'm half Black and I'm half Puerto Rican, so I'm half Latino and I'm half Black. Cape Verdean, that's my Black side. Cape Verde are islands off of the coast of Africa, and a lot of them migrated to Massachusetts. My father is from Brooklyn, my grandfather from the Bronx, so I was born in Boston. Every summer, I stayed at my grandfather's house, and my Uncle Eddie, my grandfather's son, taught me how to cut details. I was 11, it was 1976, 77. And after that, I watched a movie called Wild Style. It came out in 79. It changed my life forever. I got involved in this thing we call hip hop, that now is a $1 trillion industry. It's everything that we do as a people. It's our culture, and I'm just, you know, I never, I never ever. Can I have a cup of ice cream? Cup of ice? Excuse me. I never ever. I was in the streets, you know, and I got really involved with hip hop. And if it wasn't for hip hop, I'd probably be there in jail, guaranteed. Like nothing, not just saying that, that's guaranteed. If I wasn't involved with hip hop, if hip hop didn't come in my life, I'd be dead or in jail. So I started getting block parties, DJ clubs in the hood, and then I started my own group called the Almighty Love Soul. It was a bunch of rappers, a DJ, we even had a beatbox. We had some dancers, and we go on stage with a turntable and albums and a drum machine, and we would battle with the crews. And that's what hip hop was about. It was about battling different groups, see who was best at it. You know, it wasn't about violence. It was about showcasing your skills on the rawest level, on the rawest platform possible, which is the streets. And the block parties, people would come from all over the city. The DJ would cut up 2 tables, and we'd have a mic. And if you couldn't rap, you wouldn't dare go next to that mic. But if you was nice, then there would be a line of MCs representing all parts of the city, and they go up there and spit their rhymes.
That's cool. That's cool.
After that, put out a couple of records. And I met a guy from Harvard, who's going to Harvard College, by the name of Dave. Dave started a 1-page newsletter at his radio station at his college. Now his college At Harvard, they only played classical music, violins, they went to hip hop. But they gave Dave an hour on every Saturday. And Dave was from Washington, D.C. So my DJ ended up being the DJ for Dave. I'm about to kill that. You know, I would co-host the radio show at times. And, the rest is history, The Source ended up becoming one of the most important magazines of our lifetime because back then there was no internet. And the only how we knew about different artists and what was going on in the Source magazine. 18 years over at the Source. We did the Source Awards because at the time, the Grammys, which was really the only award show for music, wasn't really recognizing hip hop and the artists because, hip hop represents us, the people that came from nothing. Black and Latino, we got the short end we got the small piece of the American pie. When they made this country, they didn't have us in their best mind, I want to say, or their best interest. Everything that Black and Latino people have made us successful, we had to earn it. We had to get it from the mud. That's nothing to take away from any other race of people. It's just that our people are the ones that I care about because nobody cared about us. So the Source Awards was a success. We was honoring people who wasn't being honored. And, that's history. I never gave up on myself because where I came from, I realized always where I came from. I never considered myself a celebrity and I always was humble. I always open to people who are like me, who came from the struggle. And, to this day, that means more to me than anything. Are the people from the struggle. It's easy to be born with money and to have everything laid out for you. And that's cool. If that's how you grow up, it's a beautiful thing, a blessed thing. You can't take away nothing from anybody like that. But the ones that get, like your mom, from the struggle and hustle and rub sticks together and put things together just to make ends meet, so that you can be the best that you can be. Those are the ones that always represented. That my voice speaks for them. And sometimes I was involved in a bunch of controversy. And sometimes, to this day, it gets hard like that. But I never steered away from who I was and where I came from. And that's the most important thing. You stay humble. You always remember where you came from. You always respect your parents. And you work hard for it. And you pay your dues. And God will bless you with things beyond your belief. And that's a fact.
Yes, sir.
I don't say it. A lot of people say things, to kind of candy coat it and make things sound good. I'm a living testament. I'm 56. I'll be 57 in July. I've had highs and I've had lows. But at the end of the day, I came from nothing. So no matter what happens to me, nothing's lower than that. It's the journey, it's the work. I've had millions of dollars and I've had nothing. The only thing that counts is the people that come from nothing, that show respect, that show loyalty, and just show a desire to want to be better and move our culture in a positive direction. So that's my story. That's my story, buddy. That's my story.
That's why this was so important. Because I needed my son. Because a lot of times people can't see what their work is going to be, without seeing the result. And you're the result of that, because I always tell them people won't ever remember what you bought for them most of the time.
No.
But they'll remember how you made them feel. And that's what's going to carry on.
And when you buy stuff for them and you give it to them easy, then they expect it, and then when it stops, they're about treatment. So, with me, I've learned
they have to work.
so much.
They have to work. The work is the only thing that's going to allow them to grow, and we have to work. Mama's one mistake away. I ain't there yet. I'm one mistake away, one bad investment, one hospital visit. I'm still right there. So they know that the hustle is imperative. Once you put 40, 50, 70 grand in, 5, 6 years in, ain't no turning back. I always tell them, we know that this path is over, because sometimes this isn't your path. They're really young. But I feel like we know that this path is over when I'm working harder at what you want to do than you are. And we haven't got to that point yet. And they always put in work. Like, my kids have a better work ethic than a lot of artists I know, a lot of grown folks. Like, my baby can go into any club in Denver and pull up, and they letting the door open because they know his work ethic and they know what crowd he's bringing in, and it's all work.
That is, listen, I'm really impressed.
I told him, this is more than an interview. Get me to a table and I'm going to get you in the dough. So we interviewing. This is the interview. We interview. You interviewing us. You just didn't know it.
Man, I want you to send me all their music, show me everything they got, and blasting it out. I'm just happy.
I told you, get me to the table and I'm going to get you there, baby. That's what I've always told him. If this is what you want, let mama get us to the table.
Listen, I need this. I needed to see that this still exists, because I was afraid that
Tell him about it. He was just offered a deal. All of my kids were offered $200,000 a piece, but it was a 360 deal. And see, mama come from the streets. I'm what they call a jailhouse lawyer. I know how to get you out for free. And I will get you home with nothing, because I learned how to do that because nobody would listen to me when I was crying for my daddy's freedom. So when I looked at it, I sent it to Tree. I sent it to all my people. We was all going to decide together. And everybody was like, no. And I'm like, my car just got out of repossession, y'all. I just got back all right. I got assurance. It's on this weekend. And they was like, yeah, we feel like it's coming. It's all right. You grind. Keep grinding. Keep grinding. And that we did. We made that decision. And Nick's gonna give you his little input.
So at first, I thought the deal was an amazing deal, that we were going to take it. I was going to help my mom. I was going to get some progression, some more, like a huge jump of progression in my career, until I realized that we had a deal to where we could put in a 90-day notice and still cop out. But they're still taking money from me, and they're taking like 25% royalties.
Forever. Like Cardi B, forever.
So if I go sign $100 million deal, I'm not worth $100 million. I'm only worth 75, and what I gotta put into making more money, and also what I gotta put into making my image look like I'm that $100 million artist, is just
that's that knowledge right there. That's that knowledge.
Not a good deal. The deal that we were about to take wasn't a good deal. So we were gonna have a round table and talk about it with the label. We ended up just ghosting the label. They disrespected us. Like, they blatantly disrespected us when they knew that we weren't gonna sign the deal. They started getting really disrespectful and really rude. They started talking about the main person, Enan. Well, no, let me not do that.
Yeah, don't blast though. You don't blast.
So the main person, he said, well, I have 4 degrees in 4 different subjects. I have masters. I have all these degrees. You can't tell me anything. I'm never wrong.
And that's when I tell my babies, when people try to belittle you, you leave the conversation, because you know yourself and you know your character. And if that's the way that they treat you, then that's not for you. And we move on, because we'll build our own table. And we did. And we'll continue to build our own table. And we'll continue. And we'll continue So you made a big part in, I'm sure, Tree's day, and I'm sure Nick's day. Like this was more for so my child's confidence and reassurance that he's doing right. So we appreciate it, LG.
Listen. You send me everything. You send me the copies. When I get back to my hotel, I'm gonna chill out by the pool with my lady. And I'm gonna edit it and blast
Yes.
it out today.
Thank you, boss lady, for giving us that 30 minutes. Y'all gonna kill
Thank
it.
you, mama.
Hey,
Sister,
boss
thank you.
lady.
Man.
Every successful man has a successful lady right next to
Every
him.
successful man has a successful lady right next to him.
Yes, that's right.
Amazing. No, listen, let me tell you, everything you said has touched me in ways you don't know. And I'm gonna make sure you send me this. Because
yes, sir. We're gonna. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Benzino. Thank you, Tree.
Yeah, Tree.
Yes, sir.
Good luck with
What's up, boss?
Vegas. We're gonna be in Atlanta soon, so maybe we can link up.
Yeah, you link up, you post to the crab trap, and it's gonna be crabs on me.
Yes,
Oh, much love. Much love. And I appreciate y'all having me, man. I'm sorry I'm over here. Like, I started my own moving
you're
company.
good, Tree.
So, you know, I gotta work.
That's what we want.
If you ever need to be moved,
we want to see the artists popping in on the YouTube page and still grinding. You know, that's what we're here for, to show that you can make it from the bottom. So, yes. Y'all have a blessed day. Taylor's Voice, Nick Whitty, Tree the Truth, Benzino. Hey, y'all have a blessed day.
I love y'all.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.